Hey everyone, hope you're bright and shiny and I'm also in the pink. This is Jubair Ahmed. So today we will be discussing about the list data structure in C++. So as you can see, the operation that I'm going to do on a list, I have listed here. So these are the operations that I will be doing on a list. And so before doing that, let's know what's a list. So list is also like a container. It can store values, but there's a difference between a vector and a list. Those are that in vector we can only add and remove elements in the end of a vector, but in list we can do is unidirectionally, like in the end and in the front we can add and remove elements. And in vector we could, you know, access any random elements, but in list we cannot do that. So we have to access only the back element or the front element. So this is a brief introduction of list. Okay, let's do these operations. So first we will create a list. So to create a list we have to use first the header file, list header file. So we have to include the list header file. So let's include. Okay, then we will use the list keyword to make a list, and then less than and greater than, and inside that we will use the primitive data types such as string, boolean, or integer. So in this case I'm using string, and the name of my list, so I'm naming it my list. So the list creation is done, but let's say I want to, you know, I have just declared it now till now. So I want to initialize it with some values. Let's assign some values with a curly braces, and we will assign and we will write the values in double colon. So let's say red, green, yellow, and so this is my list. So I have created a list and I want to access a list. So as you know that we cannot randomly access a list. So to access a list, we have to access in the front or the back of a list. So to do that, we will use my list keyword and then font. So let's print the font. So if I run the code, it will print red. Okay, so I have accessed the first element. How about let's access the back element? Okay, let's see, it should print red and purple. So as you can see, let me make it more readable. Headline. Okay, so red and purple are printed. So this is how we can access a list. Okay, now we will change. So we can't change any elements, any random element. Like we can't change blue or yellow. We have to change red or purple. Or if we want to change yellow, we have to remove purple first. So then yellow will be the end element in this list. Then we can change the yellow. So this is how it's done it on a list. Let's change red and purple. So for that I have to access it. So to change anything, we have to first access. So to access list. So let's say the front element is red. So I'm going to assign a new value. So let's say rainbow. Okay, now let's print my list. Let's see. It should print red or rainbow. What do you think? It should print rainbow because I have reassigned the value rainbow in the zeroth index. Okay, now let's do the same operation in the back. We're going to assign a new variable cloud. Okay, now print this. It should print rainbow cloud because I have accessed the zeroth index and the last index of this list and reassign a new value rainbow and cloud respectively. So that's that. So I have accessed and change element. Now I'll show you how to add and remove elements. So in list we can add and remove in the front and back both. But in vector we have to, you know, add and remove from the end of that vector. So but we can do this in list both bidirectionally. So to do that, I'll show you how to access, how to add element in the front of a list. So for that I have to write the list name, my list, then push. I have to use the function push front. Push front what? I have to use a value. So let's say, okay, let's say back. Okay, to see that I want to, look through the list. So we're going to use a for each loop. Give a new variable my list and a new list, and after colon I'm going to list name, which is my list. Okay, let's see what it prints. Okay, as you can see, it should print the list red, green, blue sequentially, but before that I have a black value. The word black is stored in the zeroth index because I have pushed a new element which is black, a new value in the front. But I can also remove that. How do I do that? I have to use a pop function pop font. If I do that and then look through the element, look through the list, you will see black is going to be removed. As you can see, black is removed. So I can do the same in the back. Let's say I'm going to remove. I'm going to add the black element in the end of the list. So it should print red, green, blue, yellow, purple. As you can see in the last, I have black. Let's say I want to remove that. So I have to use back function. It's very easy. If you practice a little, you will be very good at it. So as you can see, I have removed the last element. So this is how I can add and remove from a list. Now I will show you how to know the size of a list. So for that I'm going to use my list and then the size function. Okay, let's print it. Okay, it says 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 elements. So from that I know that there are 5 elements from the size function. Now let's see if I know the if the list is empty or not. Okay, now let's check if the list is empty or not. So to that we will use the empty function and print the result. It should return 0 because it's not empty. Okay, let's make it empty. How about that? So for that, we're gonna need to remove from using pop front or pop back. So I'm going to use pop front 5 times. Let's see, it should return now 1. As you can see, it returns 1 because I have removed the red element, then I have removed again the green element, then I have removed the blue, the yellow, the purple, all. Okay, so now let's show you how to sort an list. So to sort, in vector we sort by using the sort function and starting from the vector name from begin to the end. But in this case, for list we have to use the this name and then something. This is very easy, and we now it is sorted. Now we can use it for loop and change the result. Let's see. It should print lexicographically. As you can see, it's print blue, green, red, yellow because B is in dictionary case. In dictionary we have the the first letter is A, then B, then C, and then so on. And after that comes A, small letter A, small letter B, small letter C, and so on. So lexicography means the sort function will sort the list in this order. So A will be the first, B will be second, C will be the third, and like this. Suppose B is greater than G because B comes first in the dictionary. Then G comes first, then R in a dictionary, and small letters comes after all the uppercase letters. That's how you can list. You can sort a list. By the way, I want to show you how to use an iterator on a list. Okay, let's do an iterator. So for that, we're going to use the for loop, and we're going to name an iterator, name it, and it's going to start from the beginning of the list. So our list name is my list, and the begin function, and it's going to run until it finds the end of my list. So my list end, and it's going to increment until then. Now I'm going to print b star the address of that iterator. So it should print the same values as before. So that's it for today. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be covering another data structure in the next class. Thank you.